All right, Vig, I want to talk about the guy who's kind of put together the show for us Yankees. The architect for the past, 15 years. It's been a while. Brian Cashman. Brian Cashman.
And why do we emphasize the cash?
Because everybody says that a monkey could do his job because he has all the cash. And all he has to do is dump $25 million in A-Rod's lap, and he's going to sign. $23 million a year in CC Sabathia's lap, and he's going to sign. You know what? Agreed. That's why I agree a monkey could do this job. But as has been the trend lately, he's on short-term contracts, and his is up this year. So do we see Cashman coming back? And I guess the reason that he might not come back is because a lot of people say, he's made a ton of money from the Yankees, doesn't need to work, but he'd like to be able to go somewhere else and prove himself that he's a capable GM and not just good at dumping cash in people's laps. So what do you think about Cashman? What do you think about his possibility of coming back this year?
We've already heard from Randy Levine. We've already heard from Hal Steinbrenner that Yankee brass wants Cashman back.
Sure.
I don't think he'll go for another GM position in 2012 other than the Yankees. I think it's the Yankees or no GM position. I think the main competitor for Cashman services right now is just a time off.
Right, okay.
As a media guy. You know, he's become a real real loose lips kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. He's been a character.
He used to be real buttoned up. He used to be real professional. He used to keep everything real close to the vest. And recently, he's just become he'll jabber to anyone who will listen.
That's right.
So to me, he's just suffering from some strange burnout. So he's burnt out by the position. He's saying whatever the heck he wants. He doesn't care. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Mm-hmm.
When he started, he was an intern with the Yankees.
Yeah.
Okay, he's made his millions. He's comfortable. He doesn't really give a flip if anyone likes him or not. He is the cash man. The percentage that I say he comes back, I'll go 80%.
Okay.
Because the ownership wants him back, so they're willing to overpay him. And I don't think the competition is another GM job. I think it's either Yankees or time off.
Okay. Well, I think what you're saying, you said a lot of points that I'm going to say here. I'm going to give a different number, but I'm going to agree with a lot of what you said. Yankees brass did say they want him back. They also said they wanted Torrey back before they let Torrey walk. So I'm going to say that to me doesn't hold too much water.
Okay.
They can say, yes, I want you back, but I'm going to pay you $100,000, cut your salary 90%. Not saying they're going to do that, but they could and still tell everybody, yes, we want him to come back. Same way they went with Torrey. I think they took his $6 million salary, offered him $2 million, and said when he said no, one of their famous statements I remember, I think it was Randy Levine saying, was, everybody in that room wanted Torrey to sign. Well, of course you wanted him to sign for $2 million. But this isn't a Joe Torre conversation. This is Brian Cashman. So I'm going to go a little lower than you. Not that much lower. I thought you were going to go higher based on what you were saying. But I'm going to throw out the 49%.
Okay, less than 50.
Which
so
is
you'll err on the side of under 50.
I'm going to err on the side of under 50 for a couple of reasons. And you made my point for me, actually. The time off thing, he's definitely been talking a lot lately. And something I said at the very beginning of the post, I do think he'd like to try dip his hands somewhere else. Doesn't need the money. Do I expect him to GM in 2012? No. I agree with you. If he goes, he's going to be gone for a year or two. But with that being said, a lot of interesting positions could be opened up next year. I guess the White Sox is open this year, possibly.
The manager's open, but Kenny Williams is still there, I think.
But they're saying he's not on a short leash, so there's a good chance he could be gone. Might be gone this year. Cubs is open. Guess who else? Red Sox could be open next year. And you know what? I don't see Cashman as a kind of New York big time guy where he wouldn't have the pride to go to the Red Sox.
No.
So he'd go where he could make a lot of money and make a name for himself. So I'm going to say 49%.
One quick follow-up. Do you, as a Yankee fan, like the buttoned-up, quiet Cashman who doesn't give the media anything? So you can't really read into where we're going with things? Or do you like the loose lips Cashman where you basically are reading what the blueprint is going forward for the next couple years?
I'll answer that in two ways. As a Yankees fan, as a person, someone who follows the Yankees, I like the loose lip Cashman because this way I know what's going on. I can, it's so funny with the old Cashman, old Yankees. You never know what happened. All of a sudden, boom! One day we have Randy Johnson. Great. you didn't know it was coming. Now you know who we're gonna pick up.
Yeah, Cliff Lee, we were going after Cliff Lee.
That was clear, right. But as a Yankee strategist, as someone who's a blogger, as someone who really wants them to win, you know what, maybe for the team, the tight-lipped Cashman might be better for us, professionally.
So these are the percentages. Quick yes or no, do you want Cashman back next year?
I'm just gonna say yes for the sense of yes, because I like the continuity. Keep it going. He's obviously done, whether it's money or not, he's done well. And it's not like if you bring in, me as GM next year, Dallas Green as GM, I'm not going to do the exact same thing Cashman's been doing. And fine, maybe we have to pay him, $4 million a year, whereas you can pay Dallas Green $1 million a year. Who cares? We don't need that extra $3 million. So yes, let's keep it back. Let's keep the continuity, and this way at least I'll know where we're going.
So yes on the fit side. I'm going to go no on the big side. Cashman did not architect the 96, 98, 99, 2000 run. No, that core group of players was G. Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
In the decade of Cashman being the head honcho, he's won one title with a $200+ million payroll every year. Right. Doesn't mean that you or I would have done any better. Just means that I think let's go ahead and give somebody else a shot.
I don't want to keep beating the dead horse on this. I think we covered our points, but I just don't. No matter who we bring in the situation we are now, the 1993 Yankees with Gene Michael when they were putting together the team for '96 is not the same as the 2011 Yankees, where the cup is running over. So whoever we bring in is going to be the same guy. So I don't see us bringing in a sabermetrics numbers guy who's going to pick up these unheard of players and turn them into an all-star, because we don't need to. We can bring in the all-star.
Yeah. So there's a yes vote, there's a no vote. Ultimately, I think we're averaging out somewhere where if you average these two things together, we think generally that Cashman will probably be out next year.